How does one deal with a husband that keeps malice with his wife at the slightest issue? Even keeps malice for a period of a month and more if the wife does not appeal to him for a settlement. Again, this husband in most cases will not even tell the wife the reason for this malice.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Get ready for transformation as we dive into God's Word. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
How do you handle issues with in-laws, especially when your spouse wants to remain neutral when issues arise? I love that my spouse is more supportive and help me understand how to relate with their parents better.
So you want your partner to help you relate with his or her own partner, with our own parents. All right, that is the responsibility of your spouse. The spouse must have in the first place introduced you before you got married to the family of your spouse. All right, it is obligatory on you. It is expected that you would have taken it from the moment you were introduced to start building relationship with them. For you to be in a marriage and you're expecting your husband to now broker relationship again between you and your spouse and his parents, what have you been doing all the while? So it is expected that from the beginning, before you even came into the marriage, you should have started building the bridge. It is, however, different where the family were where they objected to their son marrying you. In which case, for a long time, maybe after the marriage, they were still angry and all of that. In which case, as they began to soften, you now want to start relating with them. Now, your husband will have to do the job of introducing you back, and please proceed cautiously. Don't just go in and open up, just go in gradually. As they show that they love you, you unfold. All right?
For instance, the relationship has begun right, husband, wife, in-laws approved, everything went well. But along the way, issues are arising, like strife, conflicts and whatever with the in-laws. But the man is always neutral, because that's what the person was emphasizing.
Okay.
He doesn't wade in, he doesn't do anything to, solve issues.
Yeah.
So that's one aspect I'd love for you to speak about.
One of the major problem with that kind of situation is you want to check what is the position of the man. If the man amongst the siblings is say middle child or last child, it compromises that man's capacity to be able to talk to his own siblings who he considers to be older. All right, in an African community where you don't talk anyhow to your older siblings, the man wants to be very careful. All right, he's going to be highly diplomatic, trying to play games of he doesn't want to offend his wife, he doesn't want to offend his family members. So position in family compromises his ability to exercise authority. Okay, don't forget he has authority over his own family, but not over his own extended family, over his marriage, but not over his own extended family. Number two reason why most men sometimes can't talk like that to their family members is because of the parenting style that raised them up. A man that grew up in a home that is highly authoritarian, where there are rules and regulation, no relationship, fears his mother, fears his father, such a man will never want to talk to his sibling because of the fear of his parents. Is that okay? He may have gotten married, but he has not yet broken away from the influence of the parents who are authoritarian. So I've seen men like that. They are scared of talking to their family members or their siblings because of the fact that there's always been the situation whereby we are afraid to talk in the family. All right. Number three, you may have a situation whereby the husband is a benefactor. A situation whereby somebody amongst the siblings actually is the one that got him a job, is working for the person is the one that is a major stakeholder in his business. If they withdraw the money they are putting in that business, the business, how do you, because of your wife, now go and be talking to the person that is making, you are driving Rolls Royce around town? If this money leaves now, you are back to Uber. Is that okay? So when you think of that, you're going to find a way around it. And that neutrality, most time women who are alpha type, choleric women who are action oriented, they want to see you do something, and they want you to do something that they will see and know that my husband did something. You don't show them. The consequence is that she doesn't know that by showing them, all of you, the chair she's sitting on will fall. So sometimes the lack of knowledge of this situation, there are different dynamics The other side of it is that the person is deeply religious. The person could likely be a deeply religious person who has taken gentleness, self-control, love, and patience to the extreme. So the person, they bid not to the fear of losing the fruit of the spirit, as if he's the one that grew it. The fear will make it difficult for him to protect his family. You understand that? So we have several factors that predisposes people to act in that way. Other cases might just be the fact that he's just a conflict averse person, doesn't like conflict. Okay, it may just be the reason why. And then number 5, lastly, he might just be somebody who prefers to resolve conflict in a totally different way from the way the wife wants him to resolve the conflict. Okay, so but in all ways, by all means necessary, every man is expected to protect. That's the first line of assignment for every man who is married: protecting your wife from your family members, from your friends. If I fail in shielding my wife from my family members, I failed in my primary assignment. Yeah.
How does one deal with a husband that keeps malice with his wife at the slightest issue, even keeps malice for a period of a month and more if the wife does not appeal to him for a settlement? Again, this husband in most cases will not even tell the wife the reason for this malice. And maybe just to enlarge on this, I think I know of a situation where it has lasted for years and then maybe over 30 years. And when eventually the man talks, he talks about things which it's even difficult to go back to resolve. What does the woman do here?
Yes, thank you so much, Ma. Women, everything that avoids communication is considered malice. Is that okay? In conflict resolution, there are different styles for conflict resolution. One of it is confrontation, right? And trust me, between confrontation and avoidance, which one do you think women are more drawn to? Say it loud and clear. Naturally speaking, which one do you think men are more predisposed to? Avoidance. You know what? Because naturally women like conversation and confrontation, okay? When a man is not confronting a matter, the woman says is keeping malice. No, ma'am. In most cases for men, when I see situation where I'm not comfortable, rather than degenerate to the point where I'm trading words with you because I know it could lead to us fighting, what most men do is they do what? Avoid. It's a conflict resolution style recognized globally, ma'am. The man avoids. The sad part of it is that most men will avoid for as long as they feel the environment is still tense. Sadly speaking. So the man every day in the morning wakes up, good morning. Your response, course is not clear. Men, am I talking? So just your response makes the man to feel, oh no, this woman is still. So he continues like that until when he can sense that the coast is clear, then he comes to converse. Unfortunately so, most men are so inclined to that. So what we are doing now is to tell men, please don't stick to that approach. It's my natural way of responding to issues, madam. I told my wife the very moment we got married, before we got married, I proposed to her on the second or so. The next day I told her, I said, please, there's something I don't want. Don't attack me with matters you don't have facts over. I said, my mother does that. I said, and the only way I deal with it is when my mother is tense, I avoid the environment. God, I can't insult my mom. I said, so if you do what my mom did, I will respond the way I respond to my mom. I won't attack you. You will never catch that I insult you. I will avoid it. You understand? So my job then became, if she tries it, I just quietly avoid. But I am of age. I just remember now that I'm 50 something years old. So at this age, there's nothing more to fear in this life. Is that okay? I'm the father of David. My son is a man now. So there's no fear to. So she talks, she does something now, avoiding hello. Hey, yeah. Come back here. Oh yeah. Let's talk on this matter. You understand that? Because now I've come to realize that there's really nothing for me to be afraid of anymore. It's okay. And I've come to realize that talking about it doesn't actually result in what most times we are afraid of that makes us avoid conversation. So what I would say to the men who always avoid, talk about it. The most important thing is, if you know at that very moment you are likely going to talk based on how you feel, wait until how you feel goes down and then talk after that. Thank you so much.
I believe you have been blessed by this message. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you.